All right, welcome back to Generational Debates. This is Christopher Davis.
It's TuNe B.
What's up? So, pretty much, I discovered your music through TikTok, and I loved your sound. And yesterday and last night, I really took a deep dive into your music. The bars and the sample choices are crazy. Just my first question is, what got you started in making music, and who are some of your inspirations?
What got me started making music was my peoples. They was making music like 2022, late 2021, but they wasn't dropping that. They just sending me all this fire stuff, and I'm damn near trying to manage. I'm like, yo, bro, drop this, drop that. They not listening. So when I came home, I was in college. This is my first year of college. When I came home, like spring break, Christmas break, I'm like, bro, fuck that. They not dropping. I'm about to start making my own shit.
Gotcha.
Christmas break, it was kind of mid. And I came back spring break, I was making that shit. So I'm like, hold up. And I was like, fuck it, let me just actually start putting this shit out because I actually was making some fire shit. So I was like, fuck it, I got nothing to lose. Let me start putting it out.
Mhm. And then my one thing that I noticed is like your sample choices. Like you either go like for like soulful, more like boom bap sounds, and then you got like the evil gene, like those type beats. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I like the blend of that because typically you see either some people either do one or the other. You like to do both, and I really mess with that. So like, where did you like decide like, oh, yo, I'm just gonna do like the sample based rap? It's very tough. So.
I feel like it's probably from my inspirations. Like
Mhm.
for example, like even songs I sample, like I might really love the original song. Like even if it's some old ass Smokey Robinson, like I might real life love the original song. So like just being able to sample that, I feel like that should be cool. Like I like sampling shit I used to listen to growing up. So that should be cool. That's why I be making my shit sample based. I'm starting to get a little bit out of that, just a little bit, just to try new shit, but it's always gonna be like the sample shit like first.
Gotcha. And like, who inspired like when it comes to your pen? Because like, there's moments where I'm just like looking at your bars, and I'm like, okay, like, there's one that like really stuck out to me. It was like my favorite song on the project. It was on the world for you. It was espionage. You said I ain't a god, but it's hard to find shit on me flaw. I was like, hold on, like, like,
Nah.
hey, bro, like you cook with that one. So like, basically, like, what's your writing process like? Like, how do you just like punch in? Do you like write some shit down? Like, how does it all work?
Well, during the process of creating that project, what I would do was, because like I said, I'm in school, so I fuck around, find all these beats, writing full-fledged songs while I'm on campus, wait till I'm back home, record it. That was my process for that.
Mhm.
But nowadays, I literally just been pulling up. I got the beats, and I just been making it on the spot. Not, I'm still writing, but like I'm writing on the spot if that makes sense. Like
Gotcha.
I'm not like a freestyle type dude because I might forget like in 2 seconds
Yeah.
what some fire shit I said. So I gotta write something down. Like I hate forgetting stuff. Like that could be fire. So
Yeah,
I
for me,
definitely be writing.
yeah, for me, I'm a writer as well, and like freestyle, like it sucks because like you'll always have like memorable bars, like you'll have the moment you're just like, fuck, I can never remember that shit again. So it's
Yeah,
like it's not
that's a
gonna hit.
fact. I
So yeah,
don't know. Oh my bad.
no, I got you.
I
Um,
don't even like listen to beats if I can't write. Like if I say I'm driving, I'm not gonna listen to beats because I catch a crazy flow. I might fuck around, get
mhm.
into an accident trying to write that bitch down. Like so, yeah.
All right. So how is it being like a student and like trying to make your music and do all this other shit? Because for me, like again, when I was at Howard and I was like one of the poets and like I met like all the other student artists, I saw like how much time they put in their craft, and then see like, oh, like I got this assignment due, or oh, I got to like film this project, or like stuff like that. So how has that like balance been for you?
Oh, first you went to Howard. That's what's up. I go to HBCU too. I go to Dove State.
Oh hell yeah! Hey,
Yeah.
HBCU, bro! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I didn't even know that. That's tough.
Yeah.
When it comes to balance, I mean, it's definitely challenging, but I feel like it's easier just because my personality. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the balance difficulties with that could come from like one to be outside and all that type shit. I don't really care for that, so it's very easy for it to be music goals, school goals. If I'm
Gotcha.
just doing that, if you add an outside and all that, like that's when I can understand it become complicated.
Yeah.
But I'm not really that type of person, so it's not the most challenging. But it got its moments where it's like, damn, I do this assignment, but I'm trying run around here to do this video. Like, yeah.
Nice. Well, speaking of like the HBCU stuff, how has being at an HBCU kind of inspired your music and like your experiences and stuff? Because for me, like just like again being in that artist scene, like I was like, okay, like there's like people who like would like help push me, and they were like, okay, like I see how you did this. Let me try to like outdo you, like that type of shit. So
Yeah,
I definitely wanted, like, I'm definitely appreciative of my time there and like how it like cultivated me as an artist, and just like again seeing people just. And again, this is like a regular open mic, so I'm just seeing people just drop some of the greatest songs I've ever heard, and like say these amazing covers, like saying a poem in a way that I've never heard anybody say something. I'm like, okay, I got to try to match this. So,
Yeah.
how has that been for you?
I feel like that shit damn near be inspiring, just being around a bunch of black creatives. Even though I'm not the most in the loop, just seeing shit online, knowing that me and him, or me and her go to the same school, that shit damn near be inspiring. Like, damn, I'm at a school full of mad talented motherfuckers, smart motherfuckers. So that should be inspiring, really. Even if I'm not in the loop for real.
So this is also doubles as a sports show. So do you have a favorite sports team? Are you hip to any sports that you really like? Or because I hear a bunch of wrestling references, and that's why I wanted to ask you about. Because
Yeah,
like I saw it was the Jeff Hardy, it was the Rob Van Dam. I was like, nah, he tapped in. So
I'm
like,
tapped in.
how is like wrestling like inspires your work, and then how is like just sports in general like? How does that like come through with some of the bars you write?
I feel like wrestling that like just coincides with the fact that like my childhood and my upbringing really influenced a lot of my music. I'm not super tapped in now. I may know a couple names here and there, but like the wrestling I grew up on, man, I just can't let it go. That's why I reference all these old ass wrestling niggas like Rob Van Dam, like what you know what I'm saying. So like I can't let that shit go. Like that shit permanently stuck in my brain. Like and once you get after like 2014, I fell off of it, but the prime, whenever I was born to 2014, even before I was born, like all that shit is so fire to me. So that's why I'm always referencing that shit.
I mean, yeah, like Jeff Hardy is like the most like inspirational. Like, he's goaded, bro.
He jumping off all type of shit.
Yeah, and he's from North Carolina too. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah, nah, yeah, that's tough. That's a good person to rep y'all state.
that's it. So, are there any rappers who like inspired your pen, or like when you were, trying to basically while you were coming up, like, was there any like rappers who you like were really tuned into, or were you just like, I'm gonna just make my own stuff?
Yeah, I feel like it's crazy because like my favorite rappers aren't the rappers that made me like, oh yeah, I really could rap.
Okay.
But, like my favorite rappers, typical Kendrick, Cardi, Kanye. That's like my top three. But they didn't really influence the way I rap. The people that more so influence the way I rap, it more so be like a Lucky or
Oh,
Early Sweatshirt or like it's a rapper from New York. He do a lot of sample drill shit. Shawnee Bin Laden. I was bumping a lot
yeah.
of him. I don't know if you heard him.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and then my homie, YG, that's RP, bro. He was doing a lot of the jazz shit that I be on. Like he originated that. He did mad shit, but he was doing that jazz shit. And
Okay.
yeah, so like that's a lot of my influences
Yeah,
came from like in the moment at least when I first started making music.
gotcha. And where in New York are you from? So like, and how is like being from New York inspired you as well?
I'm from Brooklyn, but I stay upstate right now. I'm a proud suburban, so I'm not gonna hide that. But being from New York, that shit definitely inspiring because I'm like a student, so I do the homework on this shit. So just knowing about Dipset and Wu Tang and all these New York shit, like it's like damn, like not necessarily how do I replicate that, but like it just be inspiring too, because like that's the history behind it. Let me drop little sprinkles of showing that influence within the modern sound and shit, maybe with how I dress or slang I'm using or shit. But the sound's still modern, but definitely paying homage to like the people who pay the path and shit.
Gotcha. And I wanted to ask you about kind of the inspiration of the world for you, because like the ending track where you talk about like older and getting older, it's just like you're kind of ruminating on the fact of like, hey, like we're all gonna go through stuff where we're gonna die. Like that was like it was like we listened to the project, you're like, damn, this shit is kind of deep, but like this shit rides so smooth, and then you get like a very deep rumination at the end. I'll fuck with it. So I
Yeah.
was like, how did you come up with the project, and like what was the like the process like, just choosing what songs to keep, what songs to like get rid of?
Well, with that project, I feel like that one was very simple in terms of like what type of sound I was going for. Literally, off my first tape, that was just a bunch of tough songs I made over the summer.
Yeah.
All right, let me pick the best 10. But off of that, I'm like, all right, the best three songs of that joint, in my opinion, Shit Talking on Jazz, Peony Blues, and either Phone Call by OG or Dover 24/7. I'm like, all right, I'm about to make a whole tape that sound like those four songs.
All
And
right.
that literally was the world feud. Like, so, like I was just trying to expand up on what I thought was my best sound.
Okay. Gotcha. And then what's my other question? Hold on. Let me put it up here. And basically, like, how do you get your samples? I'm not going to do like no sample station or nothing like that. But like, how do you like, Is it just like, hey, like let me just like find this, or like you'll hear like an old song, you're just like, hey, like let me just see, if I can flip this, or like how does that work?
Well, at first and low key, I still be doing it heavy, but like I'm like a YouTube crate digger. Like I be on YouTube all day finding beats that sample all type of crazy shit from 100 sub producers, like the super underrated producers. That's like one of the methods. And another method, as I'm getting like more recognition and shit, I'm getting cool producer homies. I just get to sending them shit,
Nice.
sending them crazy shit that they would never even think to sample.
And also with your video styles, I noticed that it's very like it feels like again like the whole streetwear like hype beast like thing where it's just like it's very artsy.
Yeah,
And I'm like I always was like, huh, like how did you like come up with shooting in that style? Because typically like you don't see that from typical like New York rappers. Like I don't know,
yeah.
interesting.
Nah, with that style, I ain't gonna lie. As real as this, it's just like, bro. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Like, say when I first started doing music, my homie got the bullshit camera, so the quality not the best. The best way to utilize that is to make it look like you did it on purpose.
Gotcha.
So that it looked like I did it on purpose the whole time. I'm just doing the best I can with what I got, and I just adapted that aesthetic. Even when I start fucking with better cameras, I'm
Yeah,
like, nah, we still gonna make the shit look like this. It fit the vibe. Like,
got you. So hey, not knocking the hustle, man. You definitely doing your thing. So so you mentioned Kendrick, Cardi, and Kanye are like your favorite artists.
yeah.
What would you say is the best album from each of them and why?
Uh, I could do best and favorite. 'Cause I feel like that's
That's
two different
your
things.
favorite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's different.
I
That's
feel
different.
like Kendrick best album
Okay.
probably it's probably Good Kid, Mad City. I ain't gonna lie,
That's
but
like,
my favorite Kendrick album is Section 80. I done
ooh,
sampled Section
wow.
80 like 4 different times. Like,
That's a great choice, dude. Again, as a Kendrick fan, you don't hear people say Section
bro,
80.
Section
That's tough.
80 is OD, bro. Like
Yeah.
that shit is OD. Like that's one of his one. I feel like that shit was just like that was low key. I don't know, like that shit just special. I ain't gonna lie. That's my favorite Kendrick
What's
album.
your favorite songs off of Section 80? Because I'm like,
Poor Man Dreams. Poor
oh
Man
my
Dreams.
dreams. Yeah.
I sampled that shit too. Like, I was hyped as shit when I found that beat.
Nice. I think for me, what's my favorite? I'm gonna Union City is Tammy's song is again ADHD, all the hits off of it, and then Ronald Reagan era. Like
Yeah,
that the beat to that is just and then him and Absol and just
production on that shit is crazy.
yeah. And then wow, that was I did not expect Section 80 to be your favorite country album.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
what about Kanye?
Kanye, uh, it's probably Graduation. I think that's his best, and I think that's my favorite.
Okay.
I like the production. That shit was too ahead of his time. I really do like Graduation.
For me, I would say hmm, I'll say it's a toss up between Graduation and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, just because like
Yeah,
I
you
like
can't.
how because
If
again
somebody say that, you can't be mad at that. Like that's one
yeah,
of the ones too.
I feel like for me like I like rap that sounds cinematic. Like that's just always
Yeah,
been like my thing because like I'm cool with like minimalist approaches and minimalist touches, but I like hearing songs that sound like okay like they could be in stadiums like here like right above it by Wayne and Drake. It's like okay this needs to be played like in a sporting event in a stadium with everybody like cheering. Like hearing all of the lights is like one of those songs where it's like okay this could be done by marching band. So
some real timeless shit.
yeah. And then what about Cardi? Like what are your favorite? What's your
Uh,
best and favorite?
he don't got too much albums out, but
Yeah,
a whole lot of red is definitely my favorite. That shit, man, what that shit was on repeat for a year straight.
gotcha. I say
So
for me it would be Dilate. I don't know.
yeah.
I I like Whole Lotta Red, and it's some songs out there that really really.
Nah, I understand that though. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely understand
Dilate is just like there's so many memories that I have attached to that album. It's like
that.
I
Yeah,
can't necessarily like give that one up. All right, bet. So or where we at? We're at 15 minutes. Okay. So my second thing, well, kind of wrap us up because you've been like very like concise. Like I really like kind of like how quick this has been moving on. But basically, what I like to do is like kind of give like a top eight of just like, and then like it's just like a random topic I would do. So top eight wrestling finishers.
wrestling finishes.
Yeah.
I gotta remember the names of these shits.
Okay.
I don't gotta
You
order.
describe the rest. You could just say the wrestler, and then I'll probably know their finishing move. So it's not gonna
Speech
be
and music. That shit is up there. It's up there. It's top 8.
okay.
Swanton Bomb is top 8 for sure. Bro, whatever that shit Evan Bourne used to do is top 8.
Oh
Used
yeah,
to
yeah.
tweet. Oh
I know
my
what you're
god,
talking
tweet. RKO is up there. That's four.
Billboard, RKO.
Uh, I'm trying to think of what I used to hit niggas with back in the day. That's what I'm trying to think
Spears
of.
a classic though. Spears got
Spirit, the Spirit is in there, yeah, for sure. That's a classic. It don't matter who use it. Roman Reigns, Edge, and
yeah,
like Goldberg, like the Spirit's a classic.
gotcha.
Trying-
What's Jericho?
I don't like submission ones. That
Oh,
shit.
no, like submission was okay, okay,
I like the cold breaker shit. That shit is tough. I don't know if that's top 8 though.
okay. I'm trying to think. Uh,
I
yeah.
like CM Punk shit. I don't know the name of it.
Uh, it's not the curb song, it's something else, but I know what you're talking about.
It's that shit when he dropping nigga with it. Like,
Yeah, they have it.
yeah, yeah.
I think we're at 6, so you got 2 more.
2 more. Let me think. I'm trying to really dig in my brain. Like who was really him? People with some shit. Damn. I like that's a signature though. I like the Superman punch that Roman Reigns be doing
Yeah,
that shit.
that's fine.
I never seen no shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? That's 7.
Okay.
Oh man, who else? Who else? Oh, it's the stunner. What the fuck? I'm tweaking. Yeah,
Yeah,
the stunner is crazy. Yeah.
that's classic.
The classic.
Gotcha. Well, actually, because like this interview has been like really good, and I like how succinctly you answer your questions. I'm gonna just wrap this up and then like let's chop it up after because I definitely want to like put you on like see like what clips we can add in like.
All right, but
But yeah, I mean, all right. So this is been another episode of Generational Debates interview with TuNe B. Definitely tap into his music, The World for You. He just dropped a 3-pack. The song Spolstra on it is very fire. He's
like,
sing, so definitely tap in with him.